step number 5, that's one of my favorites as well. They're all my favorite. So step number 5 is keep learning and keep improving. So keep learning every day. Again, be curious. And every day ask yourself questions like, in your business maybe, how can I improve something? How can I improve customer service? How can I build a really amazing team in my business? Or personal things, how can I do something better? So just keep learning every day, and how you can do that is by listening to CDs. I listen to CDs almost every day, at least half an hour. Even when you go for a run or something, just listen to a CD. We're going to give you one, you can listen to us. So listen to CDs, watch DVDs, come to workshops like these. And even if you come again, when we do one again, and you hear the whole thing again, it's good. You need to, because they always say you only retain about 5% of what's being said, unless you write everything down and you get the DVD. So keep learning. And I love the saying, like I love calling myself a lifelong learner, because I know that I'll never be at the stage where I know everything, although I'm so absolutely smart. I will never know everything, so I love calling myself a lifelong learner. I want to learn something every day. And this one is a good one because people are gonna, the mini-me's are gonna go fail fast, fail fast. Why? So step number 6 is fail fast. Because the faster you fail, the faster you're gonna be successful, because you're gonna work out ways of how things don't work. So if you fail, every time you fail at something, at least you tried. And every time you try and you fail, you know, okay, this didn't work, I'm gonna try something else. And there's a really good story, and maybe have you heard of Thomas Edison? He's the guy that invented the light bulb. And they say that he failed 9,999. It's a bit of a, like, chance number. Yeah, it's maybe not true, but anyway, let's just believe it. So he failed 9,999 times before he knew exactly how to work the light bulb out. And people would say to him, "Oh, you just failed another time." And he would say, "No, I didn't fail. I just worked out another way how not to do it." And I love it. I loved it. And there's another success principle that we don't talk about today, but it's there is no failure. There's no failure. There's only feedback. So every time you fail, it's not failure, it's feedback. You get feedback how not to do something. And just let go of the need to get it right. You don't need to get it right. Now the last step is take responsibility. And Krista has already touched on that. So take responsibility for your own life and drive your motorbike or your sports car, if you want to call it like that instead of the bus. And just take responsibility for your outcomes. So I'm not going to go into this because Krista has touched on it, but take responsibility for your outcomes that you get in your life. If you're not happy with your outcomes, then maybe you need to change something. And just one last thing on this one. A couple of months ago we went to a Robert Kiyosaki seminar. He's the guy who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad and lots of those books. And his sister was there. Her name is Amy, I think. And she was there. Oh, you were there as well. And she said she was working with people on the deathbed. And she said two things, the two biggest regrets that people have. One is that they don't take the leap of faith. They don't take action, so they're regretting of not having taken action. And the other one is not communicating love. So not telling people that they love them. And that was for me like two really big key learnings, and I thought, okay, I don't want to like get old and think I didn't take action or I didn't do what I really wanted to do. That's probably why I was like really happy to get out of advertising, because it wasn't what I wanted to do. So now let's just do a little bit of an exercise just for 1 minute. If you can think about one thing, only one thing, that you have put off for a while, and you know that you need to do it. It can be anything. It can be calling your mother, or it can be talking to a friend that you haven't spoken to in 10 years, or it can be mowing the grass, or it can be tidying your room. shit, so I would probably write that.
Well, that's perfectionism, we don't want to go there.
Yeah, no, not perfect, just a little bit on the edges. It can be anything. It can be calling one of your clients that you don't like and say, look, I don't want to work with you anymore. Anything. That's allowed.
Can we do that?
Yeah, totally. Well, yeah. Well,
More often.
yeah, we should do that more often. You don't have to be perfect. So, I'm just going to give you all one of those beautiful little paper things, if you can have them out, and just write once. You don't have to talk about it after, you don't have to show it to anyone, but just write it down for yourself. One thing that you're going to do within 7 days. One thing. It can be something really basic. Doesn't have to be perfect. Can be washing your car.
It'd be something we've already planned.
That's been done.
Now,